Hey you Hillmaniacs, it's Hillmanator, and tomorrow is my birthday. Not my birthday as in tomorrow the day after this goes up. Tomorrow is in the day after I'm recording this section right here. And so I figured I might as well get away for a little bit, you know, go travelling. And so I am going to be heading down to Lake Taupo today. I apologise for my pronunciation. It's probably horrific, and I will probably mispronounce several things while I'm down there. But yeah, I'm gonna head down to Lake Taupo, stay there for a little bit, and then yeah, thought you might like to join me. Nearly managed to leave my camera behind, but I'm off. Oh sure, every other day for the past like month and a half at least, it's been ridiculously sunny. Now, when I'm going away somewhere, that's when it decides to get cloudy. Hopefully the bus will be here any minute, and then I'll head into Hamilton Centre, and then from there, down to Lake Taupo. Hiya, can I get a single into town please?
Yep. Okay.
Now I just have to find which bus stop my intercity bus is at, because there could be 4. It's great. I've made it to Taupo now. Just need to find my way to the YHA. Another positive, sunny again. The clouds have gone away. Found it, and I have just checked in. I've got my stuff into my room. I'm with 12 people in this room, so should be interesting. Should be a nice break from just being in the uni dorms for ages, because I've obviously been off since the end of October, and really I didn't have much to do in October at all anyway. So I've had a lot of free time, and it's been flipping boring. Legit, I would rather be studying, but I have nothing to study. So now that I've been paid my student finance, I can actually go and explore a little bit.
Spotty sweater. Ladybugs are girls. How do you make kids together? What's it like in a female world? I bet it's just so much better. I just turned 14.
Hello, Josh's mom.
You can see it either way. Got a little buggy friend. Yeah.
I'm a dumb teen boy, all I wanna do is quit. My mom told me that she's worried and I couldn't give a shit. I have friends who understand me. The names are Spider, Beetle, Bee. They don't say much, but they've always listened to me. The other boys at school think it's cool to hate you.
As you guys saw, I've arrived, I've settled in a little bit, moved stuff about, introduced myself to a couple of people, and I met these 2 really nice American lads, Sam and Dave, who you've probably seen just then. We went briefly down to the lake for a bit of a swim. It was really actually quite nice. And now I'm gonna hopefully go and find some food somewhere, because I haven't got anything except some, well, half a pack of Doritos really.
All the time, the bugs advise that I should let 'em in. If you wanna cry, make sure that they never see it. Even better yet, block it out and never feel it. I just turned 14.
We don't know actually. We didn't figure that out. Figure out matches on the camera.
Okay,
But no, we still like I'll say happy birthday every now and then.
No, because they're not. But you see the one where the guy like on the clean brown.
State your name, rank and intention.
Yeah.
David Prosser, the third. Rank, private, first class. Intentions, nothing good.
Wait, no, but you're captain.
Sergeant.
No, I was
No.
private, first class.
Captain.
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking for Ryan, by the way.
What is it?
Ryan, Private Ryan. Yeah.
Ryan? Oh, Private Ryan. Yeah.
Private Ryan.
I didn't say them.
I love that movie.
I was
No.
working where that like in that area where that guy like that happened.
Oh, the 127
yeah,
guy?
Yeah, and they said that guy was a dick.
Oh, yeah.
Did you notice it was one shot?
Yeah.
The entire.
The whole movie was one shot.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah,
There was
you see
no
that?
scene cuts.
1917.
Oh man,
It was-
that's really cool.
Oh, which
Big-
movie?
1917. Dude,
But the thing
one
is,
shot.
the discussion, you know.
As you can see, I got sunburnt a lot today, but it's been a good first day in general. I've met some cool people,
Come on, you can drive.
for example.
Hola.
And a couple of us now are going to be heading down to the hot springs locally. Just Yelp
one
reviews
star.
for graveyards.
1 star, was buried alive. Enough said.
1 star did not unbury me wearing the bag.
So I'm not sure if you guys could make out any of the footage from last night, but basically I went to the hot springs with the same people who I went to Lake Taupo with, plus a couple of others. It was really nice, it was really good. I did manage to lose my keys, less nice, less good. Had to run all the way back to the car, and then all the way back to the hot springs, and then all the way back to the car, which was not ideal, but I survived. It's my birthday now, so I can take it nice and easy.
I'm a big boy now and I'm very scary. I punch my walls, stay out at night, and I do karate. Don't message me 'cause I won't reply. I wanna make you cry. Ain't that how it's supposed to be? Though it isn't me. Watch will be watch right. Watch will be watch right. Just turned 14, and I think this year I'm gonna be me. Just turned 14, and I think I know everything. Just turned 14, and I think this year I'm gonna be.
So the plan for right now is to head down to this local food place that the hostel recommends for breakfast, and then I've been offered to join someone on a walk to Hucker Falls. Not sure whether I'm going to do that or whether I'm going to keep looking to see if I can find somewhere where I can hire a kayak. This place seems a little bougie to me, but it looks really nice. So hopefully the food's good. But while I'm waiting, I'm gonna listen to my audiobook, because audiobooks, yeah.
Tagomi thought, there is no answer, no understanding, even in the oracle. Yet I must go on living day to day anyhow.
That was really good. Oh, wow. There are sprinklers. I know what I have to do. Woo! I'm still flaming useless with this thing. Alright, so as I might have mentioned earlier, I can't remember if I did, to be honest, I am going to be heading towards Hucker Falls with Timothy, who I met at the hostel.
How's it going?
And we're probably going to stop off at the hot springs along the way because they're literally on the route, so why the heck not? There we are. That way. The birds are always really loud over here, I've noticed. That's a lot of noise. Oh, it's just like another one of those.
You must be getting close now.
We're at Hucker Falls now. Started raining on the way, but flipping heck. Like, look at that white water. The weird thing is, this is more like a horizontal waterfall than a vertical one, which is very different from anything I've experienced before. So weird. But flaming awesome all the same. The sheer length that the white goes on for after the fall is impressive in and of itself. Just like we'd always have to specify that it was Wellington, New Zealand if we were talking about that. We decided to take a different route back. There is no pavement. Yeah, the track that's closed. Or this. Oh, okay, right there. I see. Yeah. This seems fine. We're not sure whether we're going to be ending up going through this because it seems like it's a bit overgrown and whatnot. So we might end up going back onto that road that we were just on and walking the rest of the way, which would be fine either way, but yeah, who knows. Big trees.
If you look on this side, it's got like trails, right?
Yeah.
This side, I think we'd have to take the road.
Okay.
Unless there's a pathway on the road, but it doesn't have it right off the bat.
Right, so let's take the road then.
Yeah, you cool with that?
Yeah, cool.
That lady's coming
The
back.
rain is getting worse, so we have decided to stop underneath these trees, and we're hoping that we might be able to get a ride from someone. I don't know, we've tried it a couple of people, but no luck as of yet. Maybe, who knows. Yeah, no one came. We're gonna try moving on to the next dryish spot, and then maybe wait there, see if it dries out or if someone comes. Those are our main hopes right now. I'm just gonna dry up my lens a little. Yeah, so that's the plan for now. We never did end up getting picked up, so we're just stopping off now for a bit of a break, and then we're gonna head on walking, I think. Haha, I got the shot. Lovely. Oh shoot, I'm filming. Okay, A, what's the acid drop? And B, concrete's boring. It's just boring. Why would you choose concrete? It's so incredibly boring. I mean, come on, it's so boring. And we're back. I've been back for a while now. I managed to pick up a Toblerone, because why the heck wouldn't I have a Toblerone? I need to stop eating junk food, don't I? Yeah. Well, as of right now, I am kind of working on one of my scripts, but I'm also watching Location at the same time, because we've got it on over on the TV over there. I don't know how to explain my life either.
13 inches is like...
13 inches, 12 inches is a 30 centimetre ruler, so 13 inches add 2.5 centimetres, 32.5 centimetres.
What?
I live in the UK, we have to know.
Was huge. It was like a wall of flesh just coming at you.
This whole goddamn time I've been looking for a G-spot, and you're going to tell me there's not?
Once again, I have made some more new friends. And the plan now, after having talked with my mother to say happy birthday to me, is to go out with...
Good evening, good evening.
Here we go.
These guys.
We had like this great idea. We could go to bed.
Oh, we
On
could
the
go
other
to
hand,
the pub.
on the other hand, some person was like, we need to go to the bar. Yeah, let's go.
I don't even have my ID. I'm literally just going...
You have chocolate. You can bribe.
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
bribe the
have any
guys.
ID either. Like, I don't have a clue. But we're going.
Let's go. For the camera, just to show that I am not a square, please explain what happened.
Basically, I am the guy who said like we need to go down to the pub, but like not at every place, but they shut down like 12. What is it? 12:30.
Yeah.
Man.
Which one was that one?
That's the one.
The pitchfork.
I try to be interesting and have a life. People actively stop me. Don't look at me, it's not my fault. I blame you. Talk. Say things. I'm just recording you guys. Guten Morgen, my friends. I am checking out today. I have actually just handed in my keys, but it's only about 10 AM and I am not leaving Taupo until about 4. So this, I have no plans. I'm sure I'll work out something to do. As I'm sure I just showed you, I've been talking to my siblings and a couple of my mates from back home. Yeah, got some birthday wishes. Half of them came in after my birthday because obviously time zones, so that was weird. Also the white balance was off for that entire section, which is why it looked so weird. Okay, so I've kind of not been recording much today. I don't know, I just haven't been. So I'm going to be heading down towards the bus stop now because I physically have to, but I think I might stop off at McDonald's on the way because the McDonald's here in Taupo was voted as the most cool McDonald's in the world. So I'm interested, I want to see. Okay, I'm beginning to get towards there. It's right on the lakefront. I'm not sure if you can really see it, but that area sticking out just underneath the bandstand, that's the plane. So yeah, it should be good. So one thing that I've noticed, there's like pretty much every McDonald's in New Zealand seems to have like a cafe section, and this one I just got a ham and cheese toasty and a couple of like cheeseburger and some chips. Yeah. Well, farewell Taupo. On the coach now, shouldn't be too long before we're heading off.
I feel like I'm at the bottom of a well. I feel like I'm way down this deep, deep hole, and I'm looking up, and all there is this little dot of light, and I have to shout at the top of my lungs for anyone to hear me, and even when I do, I say the wrong thing, or they don't really listen, or they're just humoring me, because they couldn't possibly care about you.
I managed to get off of the bus a little bit early actually, which got me a little bit closer to the uni, which is brilliant. And so now I'm actually back in Hamilton. Ideal. I also finished another audiobook. So I've been listening to a true crime podcast. Because why the heck not? There's the uni. I'm right back. Brill. It's a couple of days later, and I want to talk about my trip because a lot of it didn't get filmed, as per usual with most of my videos where I go and do stuff. Also, the reason why I've waited this long is just so that my face doesn't look quite as horrific. I'm still peeling slightly because I burnt real badly, but it was worse yesterday. This trip was quite special to me. I wanted to get away from this room. I had basically spent since November in here doing absolutely nothing. Not out of will, not out of anything like that, but because I didn't have the money to go travelling. I had some cash difficulties and basically I was stuffed, but fortunately I got paid my student finance just in time and I booked my trip down to Taupo as quickly as possible. The idea was just to leave my room, and I got so much more out of it than that. I'm trying to work out the best position for you because it's not ideal. I don't find it easy to make friends. I don't find it easy to be sociable in the slightest. Just talking to people, even who I know, can sometimes feel like a bit of a chore. So as you can imagine, me going to this hostel and meeting all of these people, I was not expecting to meet people. I did not plan to. In fact, I thought this trip was going to turn out kind of like the one I did to Auckland. I spoke to a couple of people while I was at the hostel up there, but we never did anything together. We just kind of chatted like once or twice a night, and that was it. So I kind of figured this would be the same, but it wasn't. People went out of their ways to make me feel welcome, and they were all so lovely, and I got to know quite a few of them relatively well for the time I spent with them, and yeah, it was great. There were so many people from different walks of life as well. So obviously you have me, the British student who's currently studying in this country and is just taking a break from everything. Then you've got the two American lads who I ran into literally as soon as I got to the hostel, Dave and Sam. They are both taking a break from work. Dave, I think, said he might be leaving his work or something. And yeah, it was a very different experience. Then there's Tim, who I think you guys saw from Australia. Lovely guy, really lovely. And he's travelling down towards South Island now. He's going to be joining his friend there, and yeah, just going on a bit of a tour down here. First time abroad, I think he said. Then there were so many other people who you didn't get to see. There was a lovely woman who's in her late 60s who has cancer. There were a couple of people from Magaluf, which is weird. I don't ever hear about people from Magaluf, I just hear about people going to Magaluf. Basically people from everywhere around the world, any walk of life you can imagine, and they were just there and they were up for a chat, they were up for hanging out. It was really nice. So as you guys saw, I went on the first day. As soon as I arrived, I ran into these two guys and I made some quick conversation with them. We soon became friends. We drove down to the lake together, swam there for a bit, then we came back. We spent ages talking, like hours. We ate together, and then I made friends with a couple of other people from the hostel who were also friends with them, which then led to us going down to the hot springs that night, which was lovely. I spent most of my time there talking to either those two lads or this one girl called Erin, who was really nice. Then all of them left the next day. So it was interesting, but luckily I had met Tim the day before and he was staying until the same day I left. So I spent the next day with Tim and we walked up to Hucker Falls. That took us a long time. We tried walking back. Obviously you guys saw the rainstorm. We tried hitchhiking, which I've never done and neither had he. So it went about as well as you would expect. And then we got back to the hostel, we played some games, we watched a bit of TV. I watched Location. Then the next day again, hung out with Tim for a bit, called a lot of my friends because for them it was still my birthday even though it wasn't my birthday for me. Called my family as well because time zones, everything is overly complicated. But it was just nice to hear from people. And then on the ride there and back, and basically whenever I had a free moment, I was listening to one of my audiobooks. So I initially finished off The Man in the High Castle, which was alright. Wasn't really my thing personally, but it was decent. And then I listened to The Rest of Us Just Live Here, which personally I flipping loved. I mean, maybe I'm just weird for it, but I'm pretty sure it got good reviews. Give me a minute. It's by the same guy who wrote A Monster Calls, actually, which was a film I really liked. But yes, it's got an average of 3.72 on Goodreads, which is pretty decent. But yeah, I really loved it personally. Then obviously I was listening to a couple of true crime podcasts because, in case you didn't catch from that time I was in Southport and was reading a book about serial killers, I enjoy morbid things like serial killers. I mean, obviously I don't idolise them or anything, their acts are horrific and whatnot, but it's just interesting to me. I spent a lot of time writing as well. I've been working on some of my other scripts. I'm not sure whether I've told you guys yet or not, but I finished the first draft of my short film now, and I've sent it off to a couple people. I'm waiting to hear back from them, so hopefully I should get a little bit of critique. I've got one of them who's only read the first 3 pages and has already started ripping it to shreds, which is exactly what I need her to do. This is a lot of things that people don't understand about creative projects. When you send them a draft, they want to be nice, but you actually need them to destroy it in order for you to get better at it. We played a couple of games of cards with this deck, which you may remember it has some random dare sort of things on it, so it got interesting. But yeah, it was quite a nice trip, and I enjoyed it. I think it was probably my favourite place that I've visited so far, because Hobbiton was amazing for me personally, and Auckland was great because I got to see some things that, you know, I'd really wanted to see for ages. But both of them I had to do alone. It was always just me, and whilst that can be fun on certain things, like the boat tour in Auckland, I got to drive the boat myself for a short period of time, and stuff like that. I had complete control over wherever I went, and in Hobbiton I could take as long as I needed in the Green Dragon and whatnot. But I don't know, it's a different experience when you get to share it with a friend. And even though I didn't have a friend come with me, I feel like I made some friends while I was there. Since I've got back now, I have been going out of the cottage a bit more. I made a couple of new friends just before I left because there was a event where loads of new people were arriving. So I've been going and playing table tennis the last couple of days, and in fact I am going to be going and playing table tennis now, followed by me attempting to teach someone the basics of piano, which those of you who know my piano skill will know is not a good idea. Oh well. I mean, I do understand the basics, I just don't understand literally anything else. I'm useless at playing. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video off here. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. Yeah, it was a nice birthday, and I hope that you enjoyed your day. Okay, thanks for watching all. I shall catch you next time.